What up, Ho Biscuits? It's your girl Skittin', back at it again. What's up, husband?
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm feeling pretty good. We've had some really weird vids today.
Yeah.
Had some really chaotic energy, some weird energy in the middle. So I'm just kind of not sure where we're going here.
We just shot a couple of Daily Dose of Internet videos. We're shooting some Lindsay videos right now. So I really hope that you are in the mood for weird animal content, because that's really what that's the cubby hole that we're in right now.
And I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did a worm video on your channel.
Yeah, slither in, open up.
It was gross. It was not pleasant at all. But Lindsay was lovely as always. What's up, Lindsay? Hello, if you're here. I also just want to say congratulations. She just hit 1 million subscribers.
This video came out like 6 months ago.
Oh, okay, but she hit 1 million subscribers now.
Really?
Yes.
Well, congratulations to you.
Well, like not now, like a few days ago.
I told you it was the best. But yeah, that's very awesome. Congratulations to her. I think she has a really healthy TikTok community too.
Yeah.
I haven't come around it yet, but I know things are growing quickly. So be ready for people to be obsessed with you just like we are.
We're doing well. I hope you guys are staying safe and sanitized. Today, we are here for what the fuck is that? Alien invertebrates. You know what else is invertebrate?
What's that? An upside down British person. An invertebrate. Is that good? Was it good or not? I can't tell. Is it like a good reaction, bad reaction? Oh, man.
Oh my god. No, you're done talking.
Oh, I thought a better one.
No, you're done. You're done.
My headphones on.
Invertebrates. I'm super excited to see what this video has in store for us. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
As humans, when we picture animals, we typically think of a variety of birds, mammals, reptiles, and fish. But the vast majority of animals don't fit into those categories.
Right.
The invertebrates. Although often forgotten, the invertebrates have evolved in boundless ways, with structures we could only ever dream of having. And they live lifestyles so unlike ours, they've inspired us to imagine what life would be like on other planets. Today we'll be covering some viral videos of these mystery creatures, hence the name of the video, Alien Invertebrates. So it's time for another episode of What the F is That? Before we jump into it, I want to acknowledge a couple changes that if you're a returning viewer, you probably noticed immediately. I'm trying out a new mic. This is a temporary solution to the problem with the echo. I think it's going to sound a little bit muffled, but we'll decide if that's better than the echo. You tell me what you think. Hopefully this is okay. And second, you might have noticed this strange instrument in the corner. I have obviously redecorated again, right on schedule. That is a backpack guitar. I'll show you. Just a regular guitar with a different shape. I brought it with me on my trips to South Africa and Namibia so I could keep playing, and I also had my friends sign it when I was there. I might decide it's too cluttered in this spot, but for now, I like it. Okay, let's get the general info.
You could have just plucked like just like 1 or 2 notes, man.
You know?
Information out of the way, as always. Our little introduction to these creatures. So, humans, of course, like to classify animals as vertebrates or invertebrates. And to quickly recap, vertebrates are animals with a backbone, and invertebrates are literally everything else. In the last What the Fuck Is This video, I showed this cladogram. We're gonna use it again because it's helpful here too. This is a general understanding of how big groups of animals called phyla are related to each other. All vertebrates belong to the same phylum, Chordata, and then the rest of these groups are all invertebrates. So just take a second to think about the diversity just within Chordata, within vertebrates. Whales, snakes, giraffes, that fucking bird of paradise, those are all just in a single group. The rest of these groups have spent just as much time, if not more, diversifying into millions of forms that are completely different than what we're typically familiar with. By the way, most of that diversity exists here in arthropods. They have more species than all other groups combined.
Okay, so worms had like 64,000 different species, 67,000 different species estimated.
Yeah.
And this is more than that. So what do you got?
Oh,
give me a number. Give me a guessy guess.
100,000.
Sounds good to me.
1 million.
You were not even anywhere close at all. It wasn't even you. To be fair, we just picked it off of the last video we watched, right? That's how we came up with the 64,000 to budget off of. But Jesus Christ.
That's just what they've discovered. They're finding new species all the time. This planet is mostly arthropods. So from an unbiased viewpoint then, I think it would make the most sense to classify everything as arthropods and inarthropods. Like, who do we think we are? Vertebrates and invertebrates? Dude, are you kidding me? We're so egotistical. Dude, if I was an arthropod, I'd be like, fuck you. Literally, who are you? And actually, two of the animals that we're going over today are arthropods. So let's get into the first one.
Oh, that's so cool.
That is so cool.
Stop squeezing it.
Oh my god, that looks like the freaking thing from Alien, dude.
Is a phronema. Surface level alone, just looking at it, they're pretty creepy. And what I'm about to tell you is going to amplify that feeling by like a million. See that little barrel it's inside of? That's a carcass. They live inside the carcasses of their former victims.
Damn.
That's
So
dope.
let's just break that down. Let's start with the phronema itself. Phronema are, like I said, arthropods. Specifically crustaceans. Specifically amphipods. Amphipods kind of look like shrimp, but aren't. They're found in any habitat that is at the very least moist, and are even found 30,000 feet below the surface of the ocean. Amphipods get to about a foot long max, and are typically scavengers, meaning they're just a little cleanup crew. So compared to the rest of this family, the phronema is like an inch-long war criminal. Let's examine how. First, they live in the dark, up to 3,600 feet below the surface of the ocean, and they're semi-transparent, allowing them to blend in with their surroundings. They have two sets of fine-tuned compound eyes, one pair positioned kind of on the sides, the other one kind of on top, or near the top of the head. These combine to give them a nearly 360-degree view, obviously not all the way at the back. But they have excellent peripheral vision and detailed vision, taking in as much light as they can at those depths. They have big, meaty claws to grab onto their gelatinous snacks. And of course a mouth, which, combined with the claws, allow the phronema to tear shit up. They're rumored to have inspired the movie Alien.
It's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you told me that thing sprouted out of people's chests, I would be like, yeah, I would. That's what it looks like it does.
Which definitely fits along with this video, but it's just a rumor. Phronema eat lots of different animals, mostly plankton, but only a few end up becoming homes. Pyrosomes, siphonophores, and salps. Mostly salps. So what are salps? Salps are barrel-shaped, gelatinous tunicates, also known as sea squirts. Here's what's gonna trip you out. Sea squirts are obviously invertebrates. Look at them. But they are in the same phylum as vertebrates. That group Chordata that I told you about earlier, that we're part of, we're more closely related to sea squirts than fucking squid or ants. Weird. We surprisingly have similar developmental patterns, but that's a conversation for another day. So anyway, salps are filter feeders and move through the ocean with sort of this jet propulsion, contracting their body to allow water to run through it and propel them forwards. And during the sexual phase of their life cycle, their slut era, salps form long chains or wheels of individuals which are pretty cool looking.
Dude,
that's really dope.
Fuck wheel is a great idea.
You are just...
That's insanity. Them things are futuristic.
Why don't you ever do this in your own videos?
Mine was about worms.
Okay.
They don't have fuck wheels.
Yours
is about...
I'm so tired of you.
What are they called? Water squirts? Yeah, they are. All right, let's get into it.
This is the phronema's bread and butter. They use their big eyes to hone in on their target, their big claws to latch onto it, and start carving it out until they have a new home. They can even remodel by secreting chemicals that hold the tissues in place so it's not as squiggly. And then they move around the deep, open ocean with this added layer of protection. And females will use it to lay eggs. She'll set them up in this ring around the sides of the barrel so they can feast on the delicious carcass while they're on the move. Scientifically speaking, phronema cracked the code. They figured out an energetically efficient way to move around the open ocean while also providing a safe and nutritious place to lay eggs. But from the salp's perspective, imagine you have to worry about some little buggy-eyed freak coming to kill you, scrape out your insides, and use your skin as a means of transportation and to lay eggs in. Like, what the fuck? But I guess salps don't really have any perspective anyway.
That's what babies do.
What?
That's what babies do.
What are you talking about?
That's basically what babies do.
What do you think having a baby is like?
A little buggy-eyed freak coming to kill you, scrape out your insides, and use your skin as a means of transportation.
Scrape out your insides and use your skin as a means of transportation? That sounds like a baby.
I am over you. Okay? Use the rest of this video. We're like halfway through to win me back.
And to lay eggs in. Like, what the fuck? But I guess salps don't really have any perspective anyway, so whatever.
That's exactly what I was thinking too, though, before you made the weird baby comment and took this to a terrible place. Sorry, mothers in the audience, by the way, because I know you're out there and really apologize.
Okay.
This is my turn now, okay? We let you take it to a weird place. Let me bring it back real quick. Because that's what I was thinking about, how, like, the human imagination is such a privilege because I definitely believe that's why they wouldn't spend so much time on the imaginative side of things because their life is horrid and they wouldn't want to remember that anyways.
I mean, yeah, obviously, if salps had a consciousness, their life would be terrible.
And I think that humans have consciousness is a great benefit to us.
Agreed.
Okay, then.
Can I tell you what my consciousness came up with?
I would love to hear it, my sweet. What is it?
So it's like literally like what happens with babies. Because when you get a C-section, they scoop out your insides and they like put them on like a thingy next to you.
But they put them back.
But it's still, that's still basically the same thing. So I was like even more right than I thought I was.
Next.
What are these creepy things? So long. Long leg.
That is a pycnogonid, also known as a sea spider.
Okay.
A pygmy, no, a pycnogonid. A peculiar name for a peculiar animal. While it's easier to call them sea spiders, that is technically not an accurate name because they are technically not spiders. They are also arthropods in the same group as phronema and spiders and scorpions and shrimp and insects, but they're not arachnids. They kind of got their own thing going on. But honestly, for the sake of this video, just call them spiders. I don't give a fuck. Who cares? Just know they're technically not. I personally like to call them pycnogonids. Pycnogonids have been around since the Cambrian period, and so not surprisingly, they are everywhere, in every marine habitat imaginable, even deep waters in the Arctic. And they come in a variety of sizes because we have found over 1,300 species. I'm gonna guess there's a lot more waiting to be discovered though. And they all have the same simple body plan, the cephalon, which is the head, and the trunk. And as you can see, they are literally all leg. If there's one thing I want you to take away from pycnogonids, it's this. Their organs are in their legs. Let me say it again in case you didn't hear me. Their organs are in their legs. Mostly where you see those segments kind of end off the trunk, but it seems like some species have like intestinal pouches or reproductive organs going out almost all the way to the tips. More research must be done. Like some of the worms we talked about last time, pycnogonids also have a proboscis. They feed on different kinds of invertebrates by stabbing them with the proboscis, and then they slurp up their insides kind of like a smoothie. They don't always kill their prey because of this. Sometimes if it's a bigger animal, they'll just kind of take what they need and dip, so they're more of a parasite. Just depends. They also have unique appendages called ovagers, which males use to carry lumps of eggs, kind of like two basketballs right here, which is the epitome of fatherhood. Oh, I didn't even tell you how big they can get. The one in the video was pretty small, and the smallest are about 1 millimeter long, microscopic, like the size of a tardigrade. But species in the Arctic and deeper waters can get to 2.5.
Oh my! Oh my!
Yeah. I knew.
Put your hand out.
No.
Put your hand out. Put it out. Thank you, baby. Boom. Boom. Could you imagine a proboscis coming from that? Woo!
Long. About the size of a house cat. Where's my house cat for reference?
Please don't.
This is the perfect time to tell you about my coloring book that I just put on Amazon that has a pycnogonid in it, along with 30 other spooky specimens. I've put out 2 coloring books so far. Let me grab it. Wait, you might remember from my other merch announcement, this coloring book. I put the same one on Amazon, just in a slightly different format. You can see it's a little bit bigger. I've put out 2 coloring books so far, the Deep Sea Edition and now the Spooky Specimens. Both of them have a pycnogonid in it, but this one is much higher quality. Includes more animals and more information about each animal. This one also includes a ribbon worm, a hammerhead worm, the Tully monster, hallucigenia, Humboldt squid, pink dragon millipede, and all of the other animals I covered for Spooky Specimens, including a rat king. Let me show you a sample page. Bam! So if you would like to show off your artistic skills, or maybe just have a new de-stress activity that helps you learn about an obscure animal in the process, I highly recommend checking it out. And if you do decide to purchase it, I would love to see pictures of your masterpieces because that would make me really happy. You could send them to me. Imagine instead I was holding a pycnogonid.
No. I don't want that. I don't.
That's a big ass spider. All right, next.
The hell is that? It's eating the crab.
Stop it. Leave the crab alone.
Oh, he's dead. Oh yeah, he's dead.
We got another worm. I can't tell you how many mystery worm videos there are out there. I could make an entire channel dedicated to identifying mystery worms or worm-like creatures. This one is a polyclad flatworm. When this video first went viral on TikTok, a lot of people misidentified this flatworm as a black sea hare, which is a type of sea slug, which is understandable because they both don't really have any super defining characteristics and kind of just look like
very
black blobs. But the best piece of advice I could give you if you ever encountered
that picture could have an Instagram filter. You don't know. You know what I'm saying?
This question in the wild is to look for rhinophores, which are very prominent sensory organs that kind of look like bunny ears on the top of the black sea hare. Black sea hares are also a little bit more vertically thick flatworms are just flat. Polyclad flatworms are found mostly in warmer waters. The warmer the water, the more likely you are to encounter the ones with pretty colors. Personally, I'm not a fan of the word polyclad. I think it's very bulky and it doesn't roll off the tongue very easily. That's my own personal opinion. But they are named such because polyclad means many branches. That's in reference to the shape of their gut, which kind of branches out like a disc all over the place. They don't have a respiratory, circulatory, or even excretory system in their body. They diffuse oxygen and substances through the surface of their body and shit out of their mouth. Where is their mouth? On the ventral surface, on the bottom side of their body. The perfect position to engulf their prey, like a blanket, and swallow it. The bright, pretty colors of some species indicates some level of toxicity to keep predators away, as you would probably expect. Some species produce tetrodotoxin, the same neurotoxin found in pufferfish, while other species kind of just cheat and only mimic the bright colors of the poisonous species to keep predators away, while not producing any poison themselves. Another classic case of a bamboozler. In either case, it's best if you don't touch them if you come across them. Not because they're toxic, but because they're so flat. They're like a wet piece of paper, and they'll break really easily. You might be thinking, okay, this flatworm is a very simple creature, very flat, not much to see here, so now we go about our business because that's all there is to it. No. Not yet. There's one more thing I need to show you. Penis fencing. One of the ways these flatworms reproduce, and it's...
Well, you can't just say that shit. Get the fuck out of here. This is not that kind of channel. The fuck? Penis fencing?
That reminds me of that game you used to play.
What's that?
Genital jousting.
You can't say used to play like it was played more than once.
Did you or did you not play it?
Once.
Okay. In the past.
Used to play is like how I used to play League of Legends because I used to play it frequently.
I'm just saying.
We played genital jousting one time.
You used to play that game.
And then the person, well, you going to do a follow-up? Never. Never in my life. We had penis babies in that game.
Oh my God.
I know.
One of the ways these flatworms reproduce, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Two hermaphroditic worms, meaning they have both male and female sex parts, duel with the goal of inseminating the other. The loser is burdened with the responsibility of parental investment, which is the much more energetically costly option, plus they get stabbed. And that's all there is to it. And with that, I hope this video gave you a newfound appreciation for the diversity of ways that animals experience life on this planet. It made you grateful you're not a very small creature living amongst these predators in the ocean.
That was the most unsettling end to a video I have ever seen in my life. And it brought flashbacks to things that I would rather forget.
That was...
Yeah.
I must confess a slight disappointment. I thought we were going to get to watch the penis fencing.
Oh, really? You were like trying to see it.
I was ready.
Freaks. I love you.
I'm not the only one.
And everyone that agrees with her, I'm judging you. Judgment stare.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave your reaction requests and recommendations down in the comments below.
Don't be so let down about the lack of penis fencing, guys. Sofa didn't offend you.
Also, don't forget to go and show Lindsay some love on her channel.
Oh, of course,
and
always.
Other than that, peace out, Hope Biscuits. It's getting lit.